Good afternoon and welcome to Winol Sport. I'm your host, Isabel Jones. After a fantastic run-in in last season's FA Cup, Eastleigh FC were hoping to throw their name in the hat for the first round once again. Our Spitfire reporter, Callum Maggs, was there against the qualifying match round against Southend to see how it would unfold.
The Spitfires took on Southend last weekend in the FA Cup qualifiers. Eastleigh will hope to repeat last year's run in the competition, reaching the fourth round but coming up short against Newport. Eastleigh aimed to strike first with a chance for Tyrese Shade that was begging to be put away. Southend fullback Gus Scott Morris was a standout in the match with his positive play and confident style. As the second half kicked off, Eastleigh wasted no time to put the Southend goal under pressure with an effort by Paul McCallum. Southend pushed their luck with a penalty shout that resulted in a yellow card for dissent. After 94 minutes of both teams putting each other under pressure, Aribin Peppel broke the deadlock with a finish that left the Spitfire goalkeeper with his head in his hands. This is the 21-year-old's second goal for the club after signing this summer. Southend were in no rush to let the game flow, with some game management from their goalkeeper. After a hard-fought battle, Peppel's goal was the difference between the sides, as Eastleigh come up short in qualifying for the competition they performed so well in last season. Callum Maggs, Winchester News Online.
Despite the international break, there was still plenty of local football on show last weekend. Elliot Norton gives us the rundown.
Winchester City's goalkeeper scored for the second game in a row, rescuing a draw at home to Hungerford. The visitors scored early on as Babacar Jaro beat the first man to head home, before Ellis Watts flicked the ball in from close range. A goal before half-time for Kieran Douglas put the citizens back in the game, looking rising highest from the corner. A 65th minute penalty gave City the opportunity to score level. Goalkeeper Luke Kearney seized the opportunity as he slotted the ball home from 12 yards. The result sees them move out of the relegation zone and into 18th place. Elsewhere in the Southern League, AFC Tottenham won 2-0 against Hanwell Town, while Sholing and Poole drew 0-0 and Basingstoke were held to a 1-1 draw at Frome Town. What does this mean for the league table? Well, AFC Tottenham's victory sees them remain in third, and the draw for Basingstoke means they stay in the last playoff place. After their league loss last weekend, Aldershot won 2-1 at home against Bath in the AFA Cup fourth qualifying round, and the result sees them through to the next phase of the competition, where they will face Bradford City away. And in women's football, Southampton dealt a humiliating defeat to rivals Portsmouth away from home. The result sees the visitors stay in fifth, whilst Portsmouth remains without a point after their opening six. And Southampton's men will be back in action this weekend against Leicester, following the international break, which saw England lose to Greece but win against Finland.
After a shock defeat to Greece at Wembley, there has been further speculation this week over who will succeed Gareth Southgate as the next full-time English manager. George Busby is here to talk us through the situation. So George, what can you tell us?
Yeah, so Southgate stepped down as England manager in the summer after the Euros. He had an 8-year tenure, did 4 major tournaments, 2 finals, 1 semi-final. And since then, Lee Carsley has stepped in as interim manager from the under-21s. He's expected to do 3 camps. He's already done 2 camps, playing 4 games, winning 3, and obviously the loss to Greece last week. Since Lee Carsley's come in, he's introduced a new style of football. He's brought up a lot of under-21s players that he's worked with previously. However, he's being very unclear about his stance on him being the next England manager. He said that he believes it needs to be someone that's successful and has experience in winning trophies. But he also said that he hasn't completely ruled himself out of the running just yet.
So what does that mean for the future then, George?
So, as I said, Lee Carsley's been sending very, very mixed signals. So his expectation is to go back down to the under-21s. Other candidates, due to reports, are Thomas Tuchel, the former former Chelsea and Bayern Munich manager. He's being reported as one of the candidates, but the main candidate seems to be Pep Guardiola. His contract with Manchester City runs out in this summer, and he has said himself he's unclear on where he's going to go next.
Oh, that's great. Thank you very much, George. On Sunday, Southampton's home ground St Mary's Stadium played host to a charity match in support of 3 different organisations. Lenny Teague talks us through it.
Football fans are still waiting for the return of club football as the international break draws to a close, but followers of Southampton got the chance to go to St Mary's on Sunday. A team made up of club legends took on Russell Martin's own 11 in aid of Saints Foundation, the Russell Martin Foundation and Sophie's Appeal, who provide care and support in local hospitals. Southampton confirmed that 50% of the profits from the game would be split equally between each of the charities. Tickets were priced at £3 for children and £10 for adults, with over 7,000 people turning up to St Mary's for the game. The match finished 4-4 thanks to a last-minute penalty from Matt Letitia, sending it to a shootout. A miss from Theo Walcott presented Elliot Ward the chance to win it for Russell Martin's side. The next initiative involving Saints Foundation is a dedicated match day for Southampton women's game against Birmingham City.
Disabled people in Waterlooville are being given the opportunity to take part in boxing classes. They are being led by an inspiring coach who completely understands their challenges. Guy Nicholson paid them a visit to find out all about it.
The 1-hour sessions each Saturday are led by Christopher Pescott, who himself has learning difficulties as a result of a brain tumour at the age of 6 months. But why did he want to start the class?
I felt that there's a lot of vulnerable people, especially adults with learning disabilities, and I feel that we can make a real change in their lives. And especially from my background, from how I started with my medical problems, that I think it could make a huge difference in the world.
Christopher picked up boxing as a hobby, receiving personal training from ex-professional boxers. He has been running the class for 9 months now. So what do his participants think of him and his classes?
I love boxing so much.
In my favourite hero.
Friends or family, and I look around here, which I like, of a group.
Getting out of the house, socialising and exercising is crucial for fitness and mental health. So what impact does Christopher see his classes are having socially?
People with disabilities don't get much of a social life. So I've worked with Right to Work for over 10 years, and I see a huge difference in impact when they're just stuck at home and then they come in one day and they've fallen out with, say, like one of their supported living housemates or something. But as soon as they come to boxing, I feel that it completely changes, puts a real smile on their face.
Christopher is determined to ensure that disabled people are given opportunities to show off what they can do, and believes the classes will bring huge mental health benefits to participants. So what is his long-term aim?
Able to leave something like behind, so like the next person who wants to help people with disabilities, who has access to even more things than what I do, that it can accomplish and change in people's disabilities' dreams.
It's clear the participants are loving Christopher's sessions here at Waterlooville Boxing Club. Let's hope the initiative can inspire others to start similar across the country. Guy Nicholson, Winchester News Online.
Unfortunately, that is all we've got time for today. I've been Isabel Jones with your Winol Sport. Thank you and goodbye.